Famcast Media, bitch.
Well, it happened yet again. Good afternoon, demons and demonesses. I know we all are probably getting ready for the holidays, and I know that this is usually a time for celebration and whatnot. But unfortunately, I have some more terrible news. Now, this was sent to me by a couple people. Kaylee, who's been, very welcoming. In fact, she was one of the first people that, gave me a warm welcome when I first got started on Twitter. Introduced me to other, fellow members of the Satanic Temple. Katie also had sent this to me, and Honey had sent this to me. So, 3 amazing women that you guys should all follow, especially whether you're part of the Satanic Temple or not. Now, what was sent to me was a very heartbreaking story. As of right now, and this unfortunately happened on Transgender Day of Remembrance, the same day that I think Jynaé was murdered. The 38th trans woman is murdered here in the United States. This also happened in Houston. Now, if you guys are familiar about, what's been going on in Houston, I think there were several other trans women were murdered there. Malaysia Brooker is the one that most are familiar with. That, and I think another trans woman named Tracy, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the name of this woman is Jynaé Foster, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about her. So, let's just get through with this. Jynaé Foster was found shot to death in Houston and is believed to have been murdered on the Transgender Day of Remembrance. It brings me a great deal of sadness to announce that there was a murder here in Houston of a 22-year-old black trans woman, Jynaé Foster. Community advocate Dee Waters wrote in a Facebook post. Foster was associated with Montrose Grace Place, a shelter for LGBT homeless youth. Last year, Tracy Single, another youth associated with MGP, was murdered. It saddens and pisses us off that we're making another post about an MGP youth taken from us by anti-trans violence, the group said. According to local LGBTQ publication Outsmart, Asia was outgoing, funny, and she could put together a read that left everyone around her scrabbling to pick up after their jaws. We're saving a seat next to Tracy for you, Asia. We love you. The Montrose Center, an LGBTQ community center, held a candlelit vigil in honor of Foster this past Sunday that was streamed online to help with social distancing. According to the Houston Police Department, Foster was found dead on Friday, November 20th. Police are asking anyone with information that could lead to an arrest to call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. HRC says that Foster is the 38th known transgender woman to have been murdered this year alone, making 2020 the deadliest year on record for transgender and non-binary people, and the year isn't even over yet. Asia's death is reported to have occurred on Transgender Day of Remembrance, a day in which we honor those in our community we've lost to fatal violence. HRC's Tori Cooper said in a statement. The fact that we mark this the most violent year on record only to be met with yet another tragedy is unacceptable. Now, that part really struck me, being that this is the most violent year for, trans murders. And to be honest, this is something that I hear a lot. I heard this last year, and I heard it the year before that. And it seems like every year the bodies keep getting piled up. And I'm really sick of this, And in regards to this story, because right now, based on the information, it doesn't appear that they caught the suspect that was involved. But I'm pretty sure I have a good idea of who's responsible for this, because it happens all the time and nobody wants to talk about it. So it's up to me. I guarantee you, but I hope I'm wrong, but I guarantee you the person that brutally murdered this woman was an African American male between the ages of 18 to 35. Because this happens all the time. It happened with Malaysia Booker, and this continues to happen all across the United States. I think almost every murder I've reported on involved an African American male between 18 to 35. And this is a problem that the black community has to address. Now, I know some people are going to be upset about this, but there's a lot of homophobia and transphobia within the black community, and we have to deal with this. Otherwise, the bodies are going to keep fucking piling up. And the sad thing about it is you won't find any other YouTuber or podcaster, willing to talk about this. Literally none. It's virtually, like, I'm probably like the only one. I mean, yeah, you might have other people within, the LGBTQ community, report on it. But outside of that community, you barely have anyone. I mean, these stories get ignored quite a bit. And, it's rather sad. But this is absolutely unacceptable. All right. This woman, like I said, she worked for, apparently she was associated with a center that helped homeless LGBTQ youth, which is also another problem here in, the United States. I think it's between 30 or like maybe 40%. I'll have to fact check this later. Of, homeless youth identify as LGBTQ. And that's one of the reasons why, I probably won't have any kids in my future. If I do have kids, I will adopt to make sure that, they do have parents. And, like I said, this woman did real well, trying to help these children out. Because, being abandoned by your parents, being disowned, that's not an easy thing to do. So this just really upsets me. And the fact that it happened on Trans Day of Remembrance, it's just another slap in the face, All I can say is that I really hope that the Houston Police Department brings her killer to justice. Now, this kind of, personally upsets me because, I had a family member that died in the same way. She was also transgender, around the same age, and was brutally murdered, like shot to death in the city of Philadelphia. And her killer is still on the loose. So, to the Houston Police Department, I just really hope you guys, investigate this to the fullest extent and make sure that this guy is put behind bars where he fucking belongs. Didn't think I'd be making a video like this. I mean, I literally just did the video on Unicarry, then I did the other video on, like, the situation that happened in London, and then now if there's anyone out there that knows any information, whether you are friends with her or if you knew any of the people that, Asia associated herself with, these all this information should, be directly forwarded to the Houston Police Department. So I'm going to leave the number right at the bottom again, 713-222-8477. So if there's any, solid information that could lead to this person's arrest, then please give that information to the police. I know there's like a huge distrust between, the police and the community, but this can't be ignored because, the more this gets ignored, the more these killers are going to keep continuing to do it, and the more they think that they can easily get away with it. At the end of the day, I just really hope that this will be the last time that I have to light a candle in 2020. And I hope that I won't have to light any more in 2021. So to the friends and family of Asia Jynaé Foster, just want to send you guys my condolences. To Mrs. Foster, want to say rest in peace. It's a shame that your life had to be cut out so short, so young too. And I want to thank you for, all the work that you've done to, help those in need, which is exactly what we need in this country. All right, everybody. You guys try to enjoy the rest of your holiday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Continue to socially distance. Even during Thanksgiving. I know it might be hard, being away from family and being alone for so long, but hopefully we all get through this together. Alright, you guys. Stay safe, stay metal, hail Satan, and I'll see you guys next time.